All right, today we're diving into something called the Vidyora initiative. Now, when you first see it, you might think, okay, another student platform, another help desk, but trust me, there's a story here, and it's a lot cooler than you'd expect. Let's dig in. So, first things first, what even is Vidyora? That's the big question, right? We jumped onto their homepage to find out, and the very first thing that pops up, well, it gives us a pretty good clue. You see this message right away. It's warm, it's friendly, it wants to personalize things for you. I mean, that sets a really modern, user-focused tone, you know? It feels like the kind of helpful tool you'd want from your school. But, okay, beyond a nice welcome, what's it actually for? To answer that, let's break it down by looking at its features. Think of it as a kind of digital toolkit for students. And check out what's in this toolkit. You've got the basics covered, right? Notes, syllabus, that's the stuff every student needs. But then it gets interesting. Mentorship. So we're talking about students helping students. And then there's lost and found. How simple is that? But also, how genius. We've all been there. It's this really smart mix of the academic stuff and, just real life help. But it's not just about you and your own schoolwork. The platform goes way beyond that. It's really about connecting the whole community. And this is where you can really see the heart of it. Chat with mates? Okay, that makes sense. A social space. Need help? And yeah, that little typo is actually on the website, which is kind of charming. It's a direct way to ask for help. But these next two, our mistakes and our collaborators. Wow. Our mistakes, can you imagine a platform that's open about its own errors? That's so refreshing. It tells you this whole thing is built around teamwork and being real, not just pushing out information. Okay, so we've got this great toolkit and a real focus on community. Naturally, you're thinking, this must be an official website from the school, right? Well, this is where the story gets really interesting. So who's behind all this? I mean, with all these features, you'd guess it's the school's IT team or maybe a group of teachers, right? Turns out the answer was hiding in plain sight, in this tiny little bit of text at the very bottom of the website. And boom, there it is. This is not an official school website. It's an independent initiative created by a student. Let that sink in. The whole thing, the notes, the chats, the mentorship, it was all built by one student. That one little sentence changes everything. This isn't some top-down school project. It's a student's idea, just a suggestion, as they put it. So what we're looking at here is a perfect example of what you'd call an independent student initiative. Basically a project that's dreamed up, built, and run by students themselves, completely outside the official school system. And that right there tells you something really powerful about where great ideas can come from. And this brings us to the biggest takeaway of all, the amazing potential of a solution that's actually built by students. I mean, this is it, isn't it? A platform built by a student for students. Think about it. Who knows what students actually need better than another student? This wasn't designed in a boardroom based on what some administrator thinks is helpful. No, this comes from real, lived experience. Every feature we just looked at is a direct solution to a real-world problem that students face every single day. When you boil it all down, the story of Vidyora is so simple but so powerful. It's just 3 steps. First, a student saw a need. They saw gaps. It was hard to get notes, there was no easy way to get mentorship, no central place to connect. Second, instead of just complaining or waiting around for the school to fix it, that student took initiative. And third, a solution was created. A real, working solution was born right out of that personal drive. And that leaves us with this final big question. What happens when students are the ones building the tools they need? Vidyora shows us one possible answer. You get something that's incredibly tailored, really empathetic, and just effective. But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other problems are out there just waiting for a student-led solution? What other amazing things could happen if we just empower students to build the world they need? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining this explainer.